Josh Cooper here. We're at V's Old Town Scottsdale. I'm very lucky to have two of my friends here who have started amazing businesses, and we're going to talk a little about their come up and what they went through. I'm here with Mikis Troyan with Clive Collective. You guys have heard of Kala, Tell Your Friends, Neon Spur, and coming soon, Kuza up in North Scottsdale. And I'm here with Jeremy Davis, the founder of Manor. You guys have probably bought some shoes from there, from Jordans to Nikes to Dunks. We're going to talk a little bit of shop and get into how these guys made it. Jeremy, it's an honor for me to be with you today. I have gotten plenty of shoes from you, and I will continue to get more. But you guys just celebrated your 10-year anniversary. It's super exciting. Love to see you guys grow. You have two shops now. Tell me a little bit how you kind of got started.
It all started as a passion project, not knowing much about owning your own business, just kind of bootstrapping it. And now it's become an extension of our family and kind of just here for the community and just building and making Phoenix better.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And then Mikis, Kala, you actually hired me. I got to work there a couple years ago. It's a great place. If you guys go anywhere in Friday, Saturday night, it's one of the most poppin' pregame spots with great food. You built that to open Neon Spur, and Tell Your Friends, which won the best bar of the year last year. So tell us a little bit how you kind of got started a little bit.
Wow. I'm gonna age myself, but it was I think 2008. I opened my first place, which was called American Junkie, and that spawned into Ride Hospitality, which was more of a nightlife-based company, which then I left and started Clive, and thankfully we've had some amazing successes, some losses, but some successes, and some of these brands have really taken off, and it's been a pretty exciting ride for sure.
When did you realize you weren't built for like the traditional 9 to 5?
I came from kind of an entrepreneurship, ship type family. My dad was in real estate. Most of growing up, my grandfather owned his company in New York City. My uncle owned a big company. There was never a question for me that I wanted to do something on my own.
Because you got the roots that were grounded, and you just take it to another level. Yeah. Jeremy, you actually had a 9 to 5, right? And then
I did have a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
but I was always 100% commission. So I knew if you weren't hustling and making money, then
yeah, so you kind of already had that
wouldn't
business
work.
mentality where like, if you don't work, you don't eat. And I feel like as small business owners, I feel like everyone would know that without that mentality, it's going to be hard to make your business successful, I would say. Right?
Totally.
So yeah.
And if you're the leader and you're not putting in the most work, then what do you expect out of the people working for you?
100%. Yeah, I would say I'm a new business owner. I don't have the experience you guys have, and I've always thought I could do it. I just opened up in March, and it's been an amazing experience. I've learned a lot in my 3 months, but I always feel like having your own chair as a barber is like your own business as well. So I knew the older I got from starting at 19, I knew that like the more hours I put in, I started to realize like the more clients I've gained, the more it compounded, the more network, and I realized, oh, this is my own business, and I think it actually turned into one. So I kind of understand what you're saying. If you don't work, you don't eat mentality.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you guys think is the biggest misconception in like starting a business or even a company in general? Like, what do you think is like the most people have it mixed up or twisted?
I'd probably say that, as an entrepreneur, you're last to get paid. I mean, you put everything on the line, your money, the days of your life. I mean, everything ends up, on you. So, you see the successes and all this other stuff, but you don't see the grind and what you had to do to get there, because it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if
a
you
lot.
guys don't like me asking, like, what was your first day of sales, so people can kind of understand.
when Manor first opened, I was looking to see a customer a day.
Oh man, you have a good location, man. Central Camelback, AJ's, it's
Yeah,
still.
but we were the first, like one of the first new tenants that went in there. Like Shake Shack opened, I think either a week before or a week after we did, and then they had to slowly build all those other tenants in there.
Yeah, it's better to be early to the party than late, like they say, right? But yeah, it's probably a tough, because you guys both come from successful things, so seeing that first age is like, this is tough to swallow,
Yep.
But you just gotta like grow and just keep putting the time and just take it day by day. I think as a millennial, personally, and you guys hire a lot of Gen Zs and millennials, I would say the hardest part for me, and I was talking about this with my staff the other day, is that we live in such an instant gratification society That we can get our internet, our streaming, our DoorDash, our food. You know, we can date on Match. I mean, with Bumble, Hinge. We can swipe.
Grindr.
Grinder. Grinder. Hey, teach them. You know. Oh, but like, it's hard for us to have the patience to like see something greater than us in the vision and to be able to take time and like, all right, I can take this day by day, and not everything's built over. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. So I think one thing, if anyone's listening to this podcast, I would try to say, I mean, I don't have that many experience doing this, but I would say from what I've seen and from what I've had people like you guys as my mentors, or like other people that come in this shop and they give me advice, I would say that you just have to kind of, sometimes you have to slow down and just take it, you know, step by step and day by day, and just
Absolutely.
see the long-term gain and just know it's not going to come overnight, you know? So
It's about getting to the next day. That's all that matters. Seriously.
yeah.
We always, I don't know, I always did everything for the right reasons, not for the money when building there. And I think if you do the right things long enough, the right things happen.
That's true. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Treat people right.
I didn't have it together in my 20s when I started at V's. I mean, Jimmy Valenzuela is a great mentor of mine, an awesome CEO. He has 65 stores, and he hired me at 19. And like, it took me a long time, man. I mean, I went through a lot and like was struggling with money, and like I realized like I kind of had to, like I had to get to a point where like I was so low, like all I had to do was work, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I learned that the more I worked, the more people respected it, the more people like believed in me, the more people have confidence in me, and you get that momentum.
And probably the happier momentum were, and that, I don't know, the happiness rubs off on people, and it's like then they have that experience.
Yeah, and I think once you get that momentum, it's like a couple of times you see some stuff happen the right way, and like it just, all right, this like a light bulb hit. Like, hey, if I just keep working hard and doing the right thing, like you said, like this is gonna turn into something, you know. And I think that you guys both experienced that doing
Absolutely.
you know.
I've definitely experienced it. Like, you know, I've definitely not gotten here by not failing. You know, like I failed over and over again, bad partnerships to bad businesses to, you know, whatever, but you know,
Bad situations.
Yeah. You know, but, and I still don't feel I'm extremely successful. Like, you know, I keep trying to build this thing over and over, and, you know, meeting with other mentors. You know, I had coffee with Sam Fox last week because, you know, he's the king over here, you know, and you know, and thankfully I have that resource to reach out to him and hopefully get to a level that he's at one day. Yeah, which is probably impossible.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves the global and all those other concepts too. Yeah. You guys both have families, right?
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah. About the same age.
Yeah. See, I can't. I mean, I know how hard this is. And I don't have no kids or a wife, so I can't imagine you guys. I have so much respect for you guys to be able to be good fathers and be there for their kids and be in the community and doing the things you guys do and still run businesses and have employees. You know, it really is something to look up to and like for me to strive for. And I hope to be like that one day as well. So
I think I'd go crazy if I didn't have my family. You know, it's a distraction, but a very good distraction. You can't be business 100% of the time. You'll go nuts.
Yeah, no one told me to wait until I have a 6-month-old to start my own business.
yeah.
It's never a good time.
No, there's never the right time.
Yeah.
You just got to do it when you feel it's right.
Yeah, and like you said, I think if you come back to that basis where like if you do the right things, you have the right people around you, I think it's gonna work out. You know, it might look a little grim sometimes, but I think what every business owner tells me, like somehow you just kind of figure it out, you know, and it just works out as long as you're doing the right thing. So it's something I hope anyone that's watching they take from that, you know. What you guys ever like felt like there was a time where you doubted yourself, like what am I doing, you know?
I mean, 6 months after we opened, I was like, oh, we'll get Nike, we'll get Jordan, we'll get all these brands right away. There's nothing here. And 6 months after we opened, a store called Undefeated out of LA opened a mile down the road. And that was just a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell am I ever going to get Jordan and Nike now?
Yeah. How'd you rise above that? Because Undefeated is a huge brand out of LA. You get all the collabs and everything like that. And you're just starting off as a small flower, you know,
right,
like budding up to something big. So,
I mean, we built up that community behind us. We built up our own brand and just did what we had to do and kept sharing that with the different brands. And eventually 4 years later, they caught on.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't know this about the shoe game industry that's watching, but you're right across the street from Cowtown. So you have limited access to like what dunks you can sell, right? Because of how Nike distributes their
Right. The
their
SB segment goes to Cowtown. We're not allowed to have that.
yeah. So you're going against SB across the street. You got Undefeated, who has the backing of LA. So you got all these obstacles in front of you. A lot of people don't understand. And but I think to your credit, Jeremy, for what I've seen over the last few years, that you've been so good at getting in the community and getting in with kids and parents and being all these volunteer stuff, throwing cool parties at the golf tournament, that like people will love your brand and love you, and they fell in love with you. And I think that's helped you grow to where you're at right now. And I think you got more stores coming eventually, so
Totally. And
I think community is a big part of it,
that's what keeps me going. It's not the check. Like if you're doing it for the check,
Yeah.
there's never going to be enough that's going to
Yeah.
like make you happy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to see. Yeah. Mike, how do you feel like, and you've been through a lot. I mean, we don't have enough time to go through what you've been through, but the fact that you're
Are you
here
aging
is
me right
old.
now? Yeah.
No, the stuff you've overcome, and anyone that knows your story knows you've had everyone has been out to get you, and you still got through it, and now you have successful concepts yourself, and I feel like you're gonna grow to something like 10 to 15 concepts as well, and I'm excited to see that you're actually opening a call it too in PV, right?
Yep.
It's coming soon. Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff going on right now. So yeah, we're doing our second call, like you said, at the new PB development at the old Paradise Valley Mall. Super excited about that. I was telling Jeremy earlier, we actually just took over a restaurant in Tiburon outside of San Francisco today, but I needed to be here for this.
No, that you showed me that restaurant, man. That thing is beautiful, man.
Beautiful restaurant. One of our partners asked us to come in and take it over from the existing management group that was there, and super excited and just kind of blown away by the belief in us to do that. So super excited, and my partner's from the Bay Area, so kind of really worked out. It's kind of living his dream as well, seeing him just be so happy that finally has his own place
In his town,
close to his hometown. Close to his hometown. He's he just jumped full in, which is awesome. But yeah, we got that. We have some of the biggest developers in the country reaching out now, asking us to do multi-unit deals, and yeah, it's been pretty nuts. I never thought I would kind of be here after honestly some of the failures I had. So
Yeah.
do
you guys think like successful people naturally have confidence, or like do you think something like happens to you that like puts you at a point where like you have no other way to go but like you have to go up, like what do you think? It's like more of a situational thing success comes from, or do you think it's like a natural thing that you're like kind of born with, or maybe a little bit of both?
I don't know. I mean, I tell people all the time, like, that are trying to do a certain business, like, well, did you sign a lease yet? Well, no, I built a business plan. I was like, well, it's nice to build a business plan, but
it's all speculation.
Yeah, until you actually sign a lease and jump in and get ready to go, like, paper's not worth anything. Like, you gotta just do it. And if you don't do it, then you have a very nice business plan that now AI could write for you in 3 minutes that you just spent 6 months doing.
No,
so
for sure.
Everybody has a business plan. It's actually executing, signing that lease. I mean, same thing. You
Yeah,
signed this lease.
That was crazy.
You did
it. That was a crazy experience.
You figure out the money. You figure out everything else kind of after that.
Yeah, that's a big deal. The lease signing is like kind of like
it makes it real.
It's like scary, but it's like it's exciting. It's like,
yeah.
Oh crap, this is like really happening, so
Totally.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I talked about doing a shoe store for 10 years. I moved back here after I graduated in 2003 from ASU.
Yeah.
And then moved home to Vegas, moved back here in 2006 to open a store, and no one would sign a lease. It was like the peak real estate market. I was 26, and they're like, get out of here. So eventually I was like, I'm either going to run out of money or I got to get a job. So I got a job, and every year was my last year, and I did it for like 15 years. But talked about doing a store for 10, and finally my wife's like, look, she was my girlfriend. Oh no, we were married. She was like, you got to do this now or just stop talking about it. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah. It was that final push.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up, right?
But I remember like signing the lease and like the landlord giving me an opportunity, and he was best friends with a guy I knew in Vegas. His dad, they went to college together and were best friends. And that guy was one of my best friends growing up in high school, and basically vouched for me and said, yeah, he's a good guy. So
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are both good people. You guys both treat people well. You guys are very highly good reputations. I think even I mean, I wouldn't have gotten this space where we got Whole Foods coming in Old Town Scottsdale and Ulta, and like I had a client of mine who really loved. I've been doing this kit for 10 years, and once he found that I was trying to get in here, luckily he was selling a shopping center for the guy who owns this shopping center. So he was like, call the shopping center, like, oh, you got to get this guy in. He's the guy. Like, he's a good guy. He's not gonna let you down. Just so I mean, it was like you guys said, connections, just being good to people, can get
Yeah.
you a lot farther than you think.
Absolutely.
You're from AZ, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Born and raised.
you're not from AZ?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah.
I've been here over 20 years.
But you guys been here over 20 years. Like, as a business owner, the community is everything, right? Nowadays, with I feel like business is transferring more for like with social media and Snapchat and TikTok. I feel like it's more about the experience now, more than just like going someplace that's like it's good. I mean, obviously, you want to have a good product, right? But I feel like people really want to have a connection to where they're going, right?
Absolutely.
I feel like you guys have both mastered that. I mean, you go to call on a Friday or Saturday, you walk in, you got all the nice decorative, the white linen, you got the firecrackers going on with all the birthday parties, you got the vibe music and the DJ, the great patio, you feel the energy. It's good food, it's good people, it's not bad, on the eyes as far as the ladies, I'll say that. And Jeremy, you walk into your store, the people are always nice, they're very, very engaging. I feel like I want to buy something here, so I think you've done a good job training people as well. So
Thanks.
I think what I noticed, what you said
should go to a
earlier.
baseball game in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's wearing a Manor.
Everyone's wearing
Manor
Manor
shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
Every kid, every parent.
you've done a good
It's
job.
pretty
man.
cool.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty
cool,
cool.
man. I don't know. We just what's the name? We watch Pat McAfee all the time.
Oh, Darius Butler.
Yeah, he's wearing your.
D-Butt.
Where we were watching, like, oh, it's a Manor hat on ESPN. So I mean, it's taking.
Absolutely.
It's cool to see, man. It's just really cool to see it. I would say what you said earlier was awesome. Was that you had to work while you were opening your business. I think a lot of times younger generation doesn't know what comes with opening your business. Sometimes you have to have 2 or 3 jobs at the same time, and that's okay. It's not forever, right?
Right.
It's
And
not forever. I mean,
Job done.
when you have a family too, it's like,
Yeah.
you have this certain lifestyle, not lavish by any means,
Mhm.
but you're used to it. And the last thing you want to do is take that away and take a selfish adventure down opening
Yeah.
a business.
I mean, I think sacrifices. I mean, I would say. I mean, I don't recommend this to anybody, but given the situation I was in, I've probably had 20 days off in 5 years. I mean, you do the math. And actually, I needed a second job to support my bills and save up for my dream. So you actually hired me at call, and I would go to the barbershop from 7:30 to 6, run over a call, then I work 9 to 12. And everyone's like, you don't have to do this. And I'm like, it's just something I had to do to get where I wanted to be. So I had to take that sacrifice of losing those nights and weekends and friends and girlfriends because I saw a vision and dream, and it just. I think the more I did, the more I got the momentum, and it helped me get to where I'm at right now. And I
So
mean,
a
I'm
bigger
just starting this, but hopefully I have more ahead of me, So I think the sacrifice, I think I want younger people to know, or anyone that's willing to start their own business, that sometimes you have to sacrifice and put your fun aside to get to where you want to be, and that's okay,
Totally.
Yeah.
And not everyone's willing to do that. And that's why if it was that easy, everyone would have their own business.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. You think owning your own business is like a sports mentality sometimes? You guys both love sports. You Suns games, Cardinal games. Do you think there's a sports mentality to it? What athlete you guys think comes to mind? Like,
Especially for me, I mean, it's all about the team because a restaurant, it's really a team. I mean, you have different players. One person can screw that whole team up. If they don't have the right mindset, if they're not in it, if they're not working as hard as somebody else, I mean, it could literally destroy the culture of a restaurant really, really quickly. So 100%.
Any business.
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone's getting paid pretty close to the same wages and one guy doesn't do shit, then
Yeah.
it's going to be frustrating. and
Yeah.
It's just going to
Put him on the bench. Put him on the bench.
Yeah, put on the bench.
kick them off the team.
Yeah.
I think also that there has to be some, I think any professional athlete you probably ask would tell you that made it that far. There has to be some kind of mentality where you just can't give up. I feel like that's a good, just the relentless to know you have to make it no matter what. I think that's what helps you guys be where you're at today. You guys just didn't quit for any obstacle that happened.
Mamba mentality.
Mom mentality. That's why we got the COVID right here. Yeah, mom mentality. But when stuff does happen bad, how do you handle losing? Or somebody how do you handle a bump in the road? I've seen a lot of managers and owners like freak out, go full ballistic, just fire people immediately instead of working with someone. What do you think helps you guys? Like, is there learning curves? Are there like a talking moments? Like, how do you guys handle those things?
Me personally, I try to handle it as cool and collective as I can. I don't think I'm super reactive when it comes to that stuff. My old company was kind of a toxic culture, and the Clive, I wanted to make sure it was absolutely different. And that doesn't mean that we don't, fire people for, issues or this and that, but you just gotta, you gotta respect people. You gotta understand what's going on with them, and if they're still not, performing, then it's time to move on. But there's a way to do it.
I think sometimes employees don't know like what it takes to run the business, so they think like, hey, like you should be doing this, you should be doing. I mean, I was go through this
Oh, yeah.
myself, right? Like why can't we do this? And then being on the other side, I kind of understand a little bit more. But I do feel like I feel like you guys treat your employees very well. I do feel like because you guys highly recommend people that I've talked to that like love working for you. And I just feel like I do feel like in today's generation, and like I think paying people well and treating them really well and believing them and people knowing that you believe in them, I think that can go a lot farther than just the old school generation was just like mentality is like, you got a job, be happy for it, like, so I think the best thing I think is like trying to help know what your employees' goals are, what they want to be, like where do they see themselves, and maybe you can help them with financially advice on how to get to there, or like how they want to succeed at the restaurant you're at, or maybe how they succeed higher in Manor. Like, I feel like Gen Z really needs to have that, like, I don't know, like father figure, but like they need to feel supported, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And
So,
then at the end of the day, we're all leaders in one way or another, whether it's our kids, employees, like people are looking up and just do the right thing.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel like that I've been lucky enough where in my job, I talk to very successful people every day. I'm very blessed, and I try to take as much of that in as I can, because I feel like you guys have a lot of wisdom to give. And I feel like when people like you guys know that the person's trying and they really want to be something, like you're going to give more wisdom and willing to help them be more supportive. So I think it's really important that like everyone that's trying to do this or see themselves as a business owner, like open yourself up to like be super coachable,
Absolutely.
And that's the only way you're going to be able to succeed. I
Totally.
feel like,
And like you said, like you want to see everyone succeed, and
Yeah.
they're going to remember the encouragement or whatever you did to help them at a moment where they needed it, and it just goes so much further.
That's another thing about leases, man.
Oh yeah.
We should go over that. People don't understand the exclusivity, how hard it is to find a lease, First of all,
Well,
you want it.
How about they just open Roadrunner Sports right in the same plaza as us?
They
Yeah.
did.
And then I went through my lease, and there is no exclusivity for us. I'm like, what the fuck?
Who did your lease?
Yeah. I mean, people don't understand it. It's one thing to try to
Shame
get
on me.
retail, like where you got in PV is like gold mine. To get in there at Red Development,
I'm
it's
gonna
hard.
knock on some wood right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It is so hard to get. I mean, we got beat by Hammer and Nails. We want to put a V's Barbershop and PV right there in the same spot, and we got beat. And I think there's a stat in Arizona, like less than 5% of retail's available.
I didn't know
now. Yeah, so it is not only get that the business plan, you gotta have the backing. Then you gotta find the lease, and you gotta be able to phase off exclusives in like other restaurants, and there's a lot to it, man.
Yeah.
I learned
That's
a lot.
another reason why we have multiple concepts, because hopefully we'll be able to go outside of Phoenix and outside of this market, but we have multiple things that we can plug in. You need a Mediterranean restaurant, that's called. You need a Japanese spot, Asian fusion, that's Kuza. You need, we have a couple other concepts we're doing, like Ada, which is our seafood forward that spot. Like we'll have that. Like Neon Spurs, our dive bar. We've got a good spot for a dive bar. It's gonna be a Neon Spur.
You guys think? I mean, I know you guys are seasoned vets. I guess that's the best way to put it. Has social media made it entrepreneurship easier or harder? I'm gonna go with you on this because you're pretty good at the socials.
I think getting started, it was huge. I mean, I was never really big on social, but when we opened Manor, that was our way to get the word out. And back then, it was before the algorithm changed every week. It was super impactful.
Yeah, the last 10 years, man, social media has been. I feel like if you're not doing it, like you're gonna like fall behind, right? Especially in
Yeah.
like a retail set like type where you're showing branding and shoes and all that.
And you got to evolve. Otherwise, I mean, you got to keep the same kind of aesthetic just so people know it's you, but you got to evolve what the content is.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Kyle the other week. I mean, I think one of the biggest mistakes of most businesses that I think I'm new at this, but I feel like they hit a plateau and they're doing a ton of money and they stop marketing. And I feel like Kami and Kyle talked about this the other day is like you have to keep marketing and maybe even go even harder to get more of a reach because you never know how it's constantly evolving, right? So I think one of the biggest mistakes is once you hit where you want to be numbers wise or making money is to stop. I think I would continue to do it in some capacity, right? You know what I mean? You're a food, so like marketing is everything. I mean, the way it looks, how it looks on the picture, video quality, who's there, all the Instagram food that come in, do your reviews, that can bring people immediately to your place. So I think social media is huge for you as well. You know,
It's absolutely huge for us. I mean, it generates a lot of the buzz. It also, you know, from a business owner and somebody who's continually creates new brands, like it also for me, it's a great place to like see new stuff, you know,
For inspo.
constantly, like what other people are doing. And I mean, you know, before social media, you have to travel all around the world to see that. Well, now I have like, I can see on my phone what, you know, what is going on, you know, and it's, you know, it's both. But yeah, social media is a huge part of our business.
yeah. I mean, we were just talking about earlier, like we were just talking about how like there's lines every day for La La Land. Like we're like, what's the social trend? But the social trend is people taking videos of people saying,
I love you.
I love you after every time they give a drink.
Yeah.
And like it's something so simple and like, but yeah, it's a huge catch on and like
Absolutely.
that's why there's lines at the door. I mean, can they continue the success with them? I don't know, but
Well, you need to back it with a product that people like.
exactly.
You know,
You know,
you
it's-
can always get somebody in the first time. It's getting them to come back is the hard part.
yeah. I think that's the hardest part about our industry. I think giving a good haircut is one thing, and I think it brings people like I have a good reputation. Oh, you have good hair, but you gotta have a nice clean shop. You know, you gotta have good customer service. Cause everyone can cut hair really good, right? So
I don't know. if
not
that's
everyone,
true.
I guess not everyone, you know.
That's
But there's a lot of guys that
that's
can.
some bad haircuts in my.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that can, but I
Yeah.
think what separates, like you said, a good product to come back to and the experience, and I think social can capture both those things.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
So,
you know, in my business and just like yours and all of ours,
Yeah.
you know, the service is important. How the person is treated. You can have a bad meal, but if you're treated really well when you had a bad meal, you're gonna come back.
Yeah.
If you had a bad meal and you were treated like shit, you're never coming back.
Yeah. It's true.
100%.
Yeah.
Even if you're treated shit and still had a good meal, you might not be coming back.
Mm.
You know,
It's
it's
how you
very,
feel
very
when you
important.
leave, when you come in and leave.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think back to what Mike's saying is, I think another brand in Arizona that's doing well besides Sam Fox, I feel like is the group that owns Ren and Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they
Pretty
just did-
decent
they-
concepts.
yeah, they did Cleaverman. I think when you walk in, I mean, I'll say this, the place is just immaculate. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, like you said, it wasn't the best steak I've had. I mean, the best steak I've had is probably Steak 44, Ocean 44, but the place was like so cool. Oh, I gotta come back here from like the design and how it looks. So I think there is something to that, definitely. you
For
know.
sure. Design is very important to hospitality. It's how you feel when you walk in, you know, the vibe of the place. You know, right now, you know, the trends always change, you know. Every 10 to 15 years, you know, you're seeing nightlife completely die. The bottle service experience is kind of on its way out. People want more for their money. And, you know, these restaurants like Cleaverman, they're taking time, you know, to really understand the vibe and everything you see. And, you know, even the bar in the back and their new, you know, steak omakase, I mean, they're doing it right. They're doing it right. People want experiences and they're willing to pay for the experience, you know, and people are spending their money differently.
I think that goes back to the point you said earlier, like you can be treated like shitty and then have shitty service. I feel like the bottle service industry, I mean, it's got its glamour on social as far as like, you know, you can go spend money and get girls, whatever, and money and fun. But like, I don't think the service is that great and then you're dropping 3 to 10K. And it's like, I'd rather go on a vacation to like a really nice restaurant, like you said, or spend money at Kuza or Kala, or take some money and go buy some stuff and get retail and have something to show for it than just, you know, losing on bottle service. So I think you're starting to see the shift and the trends change. Like something we talked about earlier, like Under Armour. I mean, they're kind of gone. You know, they just lost Steph Curry today, last year, and he just signed with Lee Ning. So like,
Right.
I remember when I was younger, like, we must protect this house. Like, that was the thing, and they were like the hottest thing, and everyone wore the football gear, and they're not here. So I feel like, but I feel like you said, if you don't change the trends with social and like, who your community is and your impact, you can die quick, you know?
Real quick.
Yeah.
I
So,
think they made a lot of bad moves, and I think they just got overly confident. And as soon as you start getting overly confident, it's scary.
yeah, do you think you can expand too quick? Is that also a thing?
It could.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can definitely expand too quick.
Yeah, I think some business owners,
Yeah.
if they get over their head, I mean, we've seen failures. Like, do you guys expand too fast, or they not focus on? Would they lose the focus of what got them there? Is that what it is, or?
That's definitely one of the things.
Yeah.
But also spreading your team too thin.
Okay.
You know, not hiring right. You know, when you know, again, bringing up Sam and I's conversation last week. You know, he's in growth mode for his new company. You know, I'm sitting down with him trying to talk about growth, and he's like, "Growth is the hardest thing you can possibly do when you're building
mastered
your
it.
business." So that's a
He mastered it.
yeah, but he's on the second tranche to master it again, and it's just hiring the right people, you know, that are going to get the job done. And hopefully you're hiring people that know better than you
Yeah.
how to do it.
Well, that's a good point. Like, you know, you guys are both leaders. How do you? What do you look for when you're hiring someone? Like, what in today's society, we live in a very entitled. Unfortunately, we live in a very entitled society where like everyone wants to make, you know, 120K, 150K off the jump, which I don't blame them, you know. But
Sure.
I mean, how does someone get to that point? And like, also like, what do you look for when you're hiring someone to manage your guys' businesses? You know, what do you like? What's a quality you think that stands out?
I'm not the best person to hire because I like everybody.
Yeah, Mike's the
At least in the beginning.
nicest guy in the
Yeah,
state.
yeah. You know, usually I let my partner and some of my ops guys handle that. I'll do an interview for sure, but it's been very rare where I've been like, yeah, it's just not the right guy or whatever. So I'm really bad at that. I have a tendency to give, you know, like everybody, but yeah, it's not easy. It's not
It's
easy
not.
whatsoever.
It's a lot easier not to hire someone than to fire someone.
Mm. Yeah.
You
Is
know?
it hard? You're saying it's hard to fire someone?
It's harder. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a harder conversation. to have,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I think yeah, I've had to deal with that. But
hire
hopefully I never
slow,
have to.
fire quick is some advice I've gotten in
Hire
years.
slow, fire quick. Okay. Yeah. Is there a certain quality you guys look for when you hire someone, or?
I mean, you hope that they're good team players. I mean, in what I always say is like, as long as they give a shit, it doesn't matter what their background is or what they've done before. Like, it doesn't matter. If you give a shit, you'll work hard and you'll figure it out. So I just look for somebody who I think gives a shit, and you know,
Communicates efficiently and has
Good people skills.
good people skills.
Yeah. I think a good one for me, I mean, I kind of asked a lot of these guys when I was talking to them. I'm like, I don't know that much, but I haven't hired that many people yet. But the one guy told me he has a lot of employees. Like, he asks every interview, he asks them, do you like winning more or hating or hate losing more? And I think that's a good question, because I feel like if you hate to lose, like, you'll never stop, you know? Yeah. Everyone likes to win. Yeah. How do you react when you lose, you know? So I think that's a good one. It doesn't always translate to every business, I feel like, but I feel like that's a good basis point to like how you can find like what people have in them, you know?
100%.
Right?
Yeah. That tells you just the way they look at things.
Yeah, because I mean, winning's the easy part, but how do you lose it? How do you react? And how do you get back up from that? I think defines you as a person. I think.
yeah, I like that.
What's the toughest conversation you guys have had to have with someone? Like, is there one where like you just dreading it all week, or like you just cut it off? Like, well, how does that work? You know?
Dude, that's all the time, man. I mean, I don't think I'm better at it now as I get older.
I think the more you do it, the better
Yeah.
you get at it.
Yeah,
But it's never like letting someone go is probably the toughest.
And usually I don't do the firing, so that actually helps me out. But getting to the point where it's time for somebody to go, it's difficult. It's
Yeah.
difficult. And then a lot of people will, you know, after they get let go from whomever, you know, then they'll reach out and call for, you know, find a relationship, and that's hard too. Like, because usually, you know, like I said, I try to find the best
good in
in
everybody.
people.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
and if they had to get let go for any reason, like, you know, I'll talk with them. I 100% will pick up the phone and talk with them,
Yeah,
you know, and help them out if I can.
I feel like you guys are both. If a person wanted to get better and they wanted to succeed in your business, I feel like you guys are both give them the chance to succeed and give them the tools. And if they don't figure it out, after a few times, then it's just probably not the right fit.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
feel like,
it's going back to giving a shit.
yeah.
If you give a shit and work hard, I mean, it's you can accomplish anything in my company personally.
Mm-hmm.
Because you won't fuck up consistently because you care about it, and you'll learn what you have to learn, and it's a totally different aspect. But
Was it hard delegating the more you guys have grown? Like, was it hard letting go of like complete control? Is it hard? Like, and that's probably one of these, like, because you can do it, right? You can manage a restaurant, right? You can manage your store, right? But like delegating that to someone when you're not there, that's probably one of the most difficult things to like let go, I think.
I think the initial handoff for me was definitely tough. And I never like to be micromanaged, so I'm not going to micromanage the people under me. It's kind of give them guidance and let them go about it the way they see fit, and we'll coach them on the way. And I got lucky.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys both are good people, so I think you attract the people that want to work for you too. I think that's also a good thing, too.
Well, I just go back to hopefully we're hiring people that know more than I do and can do a better job than I could do. So, to give up a little, no, I personally no, I don't feel that way. I mean, I usually build these venues, with the design team and all this stuff, and have a certain vibe and character in mind. But we give it to the GM the day one almost. This is your baby to run and do that. But and hopefully you can run it better than ever I could.
Do you think people understand like the margins in business?
No.
Hell no.
I don't think people get it. I didn't get it for a long time. There's stuff like, it goes down to like the Cokes we buy or the candies or like the paper towels, like all that stuff adds up. I didn't know that till recently. I'm finding that out now. I'm not the most like, I'm a very giving person, but like, you don't want to be too tight, but like, I guess you do got to track stuff, And I think a lot of people don't know like the margins. Like what's the average restaurant margin? Like 8 to 10%?
Between 8 and 15, but it depends on seasonality. Phoenix, we have seasonality, so there's definitely different times of the year where we're hitting big numbers and our margins grow, but it averages out. We're in summer now, so like our numbers tail down and the margins really shrink, and our goal is to make it hopefully do better than break even.
Do you think the restaurant industry is gotten easier to make better margins because of the
way worse,
way harder?
Yeah. Leases are more expensive, food's more expensive, labor's more expensive.
Yeah.
And you're trying to keep a great product and keep it priced where people want to come in. It's a lot of strain.
That's a good point. So like, are you trying to go for more? What's better? Is it better to go volume, or is it better to go like have like the buzz always happen, or do you go higher price to make your margins better so you don't have to like have as a part
chicken or the
in the middle?
Yeah.
You don't want to scare people off with too high of prices, and people don't want to come back, or they come back infrequently because hey, that place is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually go for the volume play.
More safer.
I don't know if it's safer. It's what I know. I mean, I love seeing a packed restaurant. The energy from that, it's just, there's nothing better to me.
Yeah.
So I like that. I mean, but I also, me personally, if I went to like a small Wakasi where there's 10 people sitting around having this amazing food, I dig that too. It's just not what we do.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I'm a single guy with no kids, but I go restaurants and I don't complain at all. And I've kind of helped my mom realize, like, Mom, just stuff's more expensive. Like, you don't understand like the lease costs, like the busters, the tip out,
insurance,
like
it's outrageous.
It's gone up too.
Yeah, employee payroll tax, all this stuff that people don't see. Like, I'm like, I was telling a guy today who used to run the Houston's and Hillstone. He's GM. He left recently, but I was like, bro,
you got his number?
Huh?
You got his number?
He's a great. He got an insurance house. He had more time for his family. That's what he said. But I told him, like, bro, your burger should be $26. I'm paying like, 22 at Bad Jimmy's. I love Bad Jimmy's, but I'm like, for burger fried. But like, Houston is such good quality, and I think they could raise prices. So I think people need to understand also that when they go to the restaurant industry, like, stuff's actually priced really well for how much it costs you. I think it could probably be a little bit higher. I think as we get into the society of 2026, people just have to adjust their minds of thinking and like, hey, if I want these, I got to go work a little harder, or I got to figure out how to save more money to go experience these things, because
it's really not that expensive compared to what it's actually costs you as a business owner or you as a business owner, like all that goes into it. So I feel like hopefully people are starting to shift their thinking, or it's like, it's not that it's just how much stuff costs, you know? Yeah, right? Yeah.
It'd be nice for costs to come down too.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
It's
can't-
double-edged
I
sword
mean,
to it.
Yeah, it can cost them down because once people get once people know
I
they're
don't
gonna pay
know.
this for meat, they're not gonna go down if they're gonna pay less for meat, right? Like, how did that?
No, that fluctuates. You know,
Yeah.
it depends on a lot of different things. But yeah, things are expensive, and as you get bigger, there's obviously economy of scale, and you can, you know, especially with like liquor, we can do bigger deals, right? And we can buy a lot of volume at one time and get a huge discount for that volume because now we have multiple venues that we can split it up for. You know, same thing with food. The bigger you get, you can start getting better price and better discounts because now you're, instead of, you know, doing 100 pounds of, you know, steak a week, you're doing 1,000 pounds. Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a different price on that. So
for
that's
sure.
part of growing too, and being able to continue to grow to get, you know, hopefully economies of scale a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I love eating out, so I'll never complain.
I do
but,
too.
Yeah. I mean, I think for you, I think
Yeah. He eats out way more than I do.
right. Hey, your son went to Steak 44
Yeah,
for his birthday. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. You know? No, but I think for you, you're in the safe space because you're not a resale shop.
Right.
So you actually retail. So we've seen resale shops just get pummeled the last 3 years, and they're not making no money.
In the prime, their margin at best was like 25% if they were consignment.
Yeah. So it's like it was a risky play. I mean, it worked with all the free money with the COVID relief fund.
Right.
But once that ran out, and people, you know, they're going back to buying, they want to buy stuff for retail. So you were able to clean up on that middle ground business like you're talking about. So super important. When you first were coming up, you know, I got a lot of people believe in me. I mean, you guys have believed in me. You guys have encouraged me. I really appreciate that. Who believed in you guys when you first started your business? Like, who was like, yo, without that guy, I don't know if I could have done this. Like, you know, you guys have any more or no?
I mean, I think it's my family, you know, when it comes down to it. You know, my parents, they've always believed in me and willing, you know, proud of me and willing to, you know, even invest in some of the things I've done in the past. And, you know, but I think it's definitely, you know, my parents, my family.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's good. A lot of people don't have that, so it's awesome.
And my room is still at home in case I failed. So we're good.
Yeah. Where are your parents from?
New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they live here?
They lived here. I mean, I was born and raised out here. My brother was born in New York, but I think they've been out here since like 76.
Yeah, you went to Shap, right?
Yeah, Chaparral.
Yeah. I went to Sunny Slope.
Yeah.
We just won state championship in basketball. Congrats to the boys. I wasn't there.
I think Mike Bibby. No,
I'm
that
sorry,
wasn't
you know?
stuff. That was where Mike
You
Bibby
went
go?
to
Shadow Mountain.
Shalamang.
So no, that's where my wife went.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, you guys have been there a long time. You guys, I mean, Arizona, like the last 20 years, and holy crap. You know,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's
Blown
nuts.
I mean, I think I saw a stat the other day, like 24% increase in millionaires, you know. I mean, I think as anyone watched this that wants to open a business, this is a market to do it in, you know, but you got to hustle, right? You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, as other cities kind of go down, Phoenix is definitely on the way up.
yeah.
What industry you guys think is headed for I mean, you kind of talked about what industry you think is made for a major reset, you think?
I think, I mean, obviously AI is going to impact almost every business. I mean, we use it. It's pretty incredible just seeing what that's been doing. But, you know, talking about how it can impact, I mean, anybody can start a business right now using AI. Like it's everything that used to be so hard to figure out. I mean, you can literally just ask Claude or ask Chat. Like,
It's like
And-
Google replaced the
yeah,
encyclopedia,
like,
and now
and you can
AI is
get all the-
replacing.
Yeah.
how do I file a
thinking.
trademark? Boom. How do I do this? You know, can you do it for me? I mean, it's pretty crazy what you can do. Create agents to be a CFO, this, that, and like, you know, we have one buddy that
You've been talking to Todd?
yeah, one buddy Todd. That's like, I don't think he comes here, but dude, he's fired like half his staff.
Beckett's
using
coming
it.
here, I think. Russo,
Oh yeah, the kid,
Yeah.
yeah, Russo's
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
But
his dad.
yeah, I mean, I think AI is going to change, and you know, we don't even know the impact yet, but I think it's going to be a positive impact. I think people can literally dream of something, and it can be done in front of them, and make it a business. You know, you have a vision, you can just start playing, you know, and create a rendering and this and that, and
I think every
Yeah.
business is changing now because of that.
It's more efficient, I think.
It's just everything's evolving, and you gotta stay up.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it the data to figure out some working on different models as far as how I can offer some things to my clients, Claude. So I think it's gonna be more of a tool that people
Yeah.
can use and enhance their business. Like whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a restaurant, like it's gonna help us do stuff even better, more efficiently.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the impact is going to be huge, but I think it's going to be more of a tool. I mean, it really is. I mean, there's always a technology that comes up that changes everything. The internet changed everything. Before that, everybody thought all malls would go out of business and all retail was dead, but no, it just it helped it. I mean, you should sit with dinner at this guy. His phone just
Dude, I love,
continues
dude.
just bing,
I
bing,
love.
bing. Those are all sales.
I absolutely.
Online
I turned the ringer
sales.
off.
Whoever
you know?
invented Shop, dude, that thing is dialed in. I can
Yeah.
see where it's tracking what I bought, what my history. Because the other day I was in Alo and I forgot what I ordered.
Yeah.
I went to the shop. I'm like, oh, there it is. Exactly what I ordered. Well, perfect. You know what I mean? So it's like you said, they're making it better.
Absolutely. I
It's
mean, he's
great.
got an amazing store, but it doesn't
You
stop.
still need the human element, but
Yeah.
I think it's another tool in our pocket that you're not using.
What's a luxury you think people buy that isn't worth it anymore? Now that we're
Bottle
getting
service.
What's that?
Bottle service.
Bottle service. Yeah.
bottle service,
sure.
Yeah, Vegas is struggling with that, huh?
It's not just Vegas. I think it's international. Like
Yeah.
just people want different experiences. If they're going to be spending a bunch of money, they want it all. They want good food. They
And to
want good
remember it.
energy, good vibe. What's that?
And to remember it.
And to remember it. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you kind of, because I feel like Poppy Steak does that really well. They have an experience in the restaurant. It's not bottle service fully, but it feels like this cool, grandiose thing where like you're at a table, but you're not really at a table,
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I guess, what you're
Absolutely.
what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know if that answered the question, but
No, it's cool. What do you think everyone should experience at least once in their life?
having kids.
Is
Making
kids it?
them.
What's that?
Making them.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, that's funny.
Got me.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know. I can't admit. It's a good. I mean,
You guys have
think
done some pretty cool stuff,
Yeah,
like
I mean, I
vacations
think
and stuff.
everybody. Yeah, I mean, everybody should travel. I think that's
Totally.
so important.
Internationally.
We're
And
we're going to Paris in a couple weeks and taking the kids for the first time, and Barcelona, a couple other spots. But yeah, traveling I think is extremely important.
You guys have left a pretty good legacy, like 10 years of Manor. You're going on 15, 20 years of hospitality from American Junkie to all these restaurant. What do you want people to say about you in 20 years? You want to have 10 Manors? You want people to know what do you want your legacy to be? That's Jeremy.
Damn, you go first.
I want to have something that my kids are proud to take over and build a strong enough household brand in Arizona and ideally nationally.
I could definitely, yeah. I mean, you already got Juice wearing on Pat McAfee, with your sense of community and like your sense of involvement and like your Instagram presence. I think that's totally possible. I hope I get to see it. So I'm super.
I hope I do too.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
My legacy. What was the question?
Yeah, 20 years from now, what do you want people to say like about your legacy? What do you like?
I don't know. I think I'd like to see, you brought up, I've been battle tested in a lot of ways. Hopefully, I continue, building really cool stuff that people enjoy. And I don't know about 20 years from now, that'd make me pretty old, but
I don't know, man. I think sellers love your stuff.
Sellers-
I think, Dave, if you're watching, I love you, man. I miss you. Yeah.
we both love you.
Yeah, but sellers, you guys are great. That amazing bar. I mean, won that bar of the year last year. If you haven't been to tell your friends, by the way, it's a killer spot. It's very Instagrammy for all the ladies. It's got great drinks. It's awesome. It's in the basement.
Thank you.
It's cool. It's awesome. Yeah.
I just want to create stuff that people love.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's 20 years from now. People are saying, "Oh, do you remember when?" or "You remember that?" I mean, because really, hospitality, you create experiences for people. It's where people have their first days, where people met this person for the first time. Like, and I truly believe, like my partner gives me shit for saying this all the time, but hospitality is culture. I mean, it's when you go to a new city, what's the first thing you do?
Try a new restaurant.
What
You
restaurant am
want
I
to go
going to?
check
What
out
bar
the
am I
best
going to?
restaurant, that you've looked up online or chat or whatever, like, and okay, I got to go to this place, I'm in this city. So it's
Then
like,
the sneaker shop.
or a sneaker shop.
Yeah.
or
No, for
or a
real.
museum.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah.
But like I truly believe, so I hope I'm contributing to the culture of Phoenix, just like Jeremy's done with Manor unbelievably.
If you guys lost everything tomorrow, like what's the one skill that you could bounce back and rebuild the fastest? What is the one skill you have, Jeremy?
Drive.
Drive. Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean,
You gotta have it, right?
relentless. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just always got to, I mean, you can't play victim. You got to just play the hand you're dealt always.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good point. Like, do you feel like people? I guess I could say like everyone needs needs a little luck, right? I mean, but
Totally.
like most people that have made it self-made or they had a little help, someone helped them on the long way. But you still gotta have the drive because you're gonna have to overcome something, So
Right.
whether you come from money or not, you still got to make the thing work. Whether you don't come from money and you figure out a way to get investors, you still got to make the thing work. So I think having that drive is what is going to get to the next level, and just the fear, the not letting yourself fail. If you fail, get back on the horse and try again.
Right.
Yeah. What
Well,
about you,
'cause-
Mike? What do you think skill would, if you lost everything tomorrow and rebuild it up? What do you have?
I kind of feel like I've already been there, or at least I thought I was in my head
Yeah.
when I went through some stuff. But like, yeah, I mean, I think the biggest skill is, really just make it to the next day, but also like getting back up. You got to do it. You can't
Yeah.
sit back and I know for me personally that I had to do that.
I think for me, seeing what you've been through, I think you're able to be calm and collected through it all has helped you be successful as well.
Maybe on the outside.
Yeah. Like you don't let stuff get to you. You're just like, I'm just going to figure it out till the next day. Like a lot of people just like, all right, I can't do this anymore. You just like, all right, you don't get too high, don't get too low. You just keep going, I think that's a
I
huge.
try. As long as you can get
Yeah.
to the next day, you'll figure it out. Right?
What are you most excited about right now? As far as your next, I know you got the Tiburon and
yeah.
Bay, like Kuza.
I'm excited about that. I wish I could be out there right now. But Kuza, I'm really excited about. It's my favorite type of food, which is robata, and then also sushi and all that. It's just Japanese food in general is my favorite type. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to kind of bring that to Vision. When I lived in LA, my cousin and I used to go to a robata spot off Olympic and Sawtell like at least once a week. It was by far my favorite spot. So just to kind of bring that here, which really there's not many here. I mean, if there's a
I don't know.
handful, and
Yeah.
like Roca Core, used to be more robata. Now they're kind of more a little bit different. But there's a handful of spots like in Mesa and Chandler, like in the Asian communities over there. But
Nothing in North Scottsdale.
nothing in North Scottsdale. So I'm excited to kind of.
I mean, you got
bring that to
the new Optima right there with the 3-4
Yep.
buildings. You got the new cargo facility.
Yep.
You got more apartments. People out there saying they're going to build some more homes in Pinnacle Peak. So, I mean, I'd see nothing but success for you in the next 5 years for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
What are you most excited about, Jeremy? You got a third store, maybe?
There might be.
It might be.
Nothing planned yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Just sign the lease.
yeah, right. I'm excited. We got All-Star Weekend following Phoenix Open Weekend this year,
Oh yeah, it's big for you.
and it's gonna bring a lot of energy to the city. And
2027. That's right. Yeah, I got it. We the timeless party again that's open, and then
we'll do a timeless party for sure.
Yeah,
Working with Nike, Jordan brand.
I guarantee he's gonna have some custom Suns jacket. It's gonna look amazing.
There's gonna be something.
It'll be something.
Yeah,
You guys,
we're working with the Suns.
yeah, that's
got some
awesome.
stuff cooking.
Yeah, you are. Oh,
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, I feel like Issue is probably pretty cool about that. Yeah,
I haven't talked to him, but his team is.
His team, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, man, I really appreciate you guys coming down, sharing your insight, your knowledge. I think hopefully a lot of young people see this, or even people that are older that are not sure to leave their 9 to 5 and want to start a business. Like you said, maybe use AI. I hope maybe this gives them some confidence to maybe take that next step and, and know that they can do it. It's got to believe in themselves and have the drive, like you said. I'm excited to see when you guys end up, I hope that I can be successful as you guys are in 10 years and someone's interviewing me and giving me a chance to help give them the tips to be successful. So I'm very appreciative you guys. I'm very honored to be here and excited to see you guys grow,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Us too, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
You got
Absolutely.
a head start on both of us.
What?
You started younger than I did.
Really? 35? Yeah?
I was 32.
Oh, see? You beat me.
Damn it.
Damn it. That's fun.
Good times though.
Yeah.